Okay. What's next, Prod Pally? Fuck no. So, Restoration Shaman. Probably one of the worst healers right now, but I'm going to kind of explain why I take certain talents and all that. So, Undulation, I just take this because it makes every 3 healing waves heal for 50% more. I like the talents that you don't really have to think about. So, the top talents can be changed. I most of the time just take this. Gust of Wind for the leap. It's kind of like mandatory. I use this for the Earth Grab. It's peels for yourself. I take Crashing Waves for the additional Riptide stack. Whenever you use Riptide, you'll get 2 stacks of this instead of 1. So that's very useful. I use Earthen Shield Totem just for the damage reduction in an area. I use Echo of Elements for the 2 charges on Riptide and Healing Stream. So that's very nice. And I use High Tide because of the additional healing, or the bounces to additional 1 target and reduces the healing fall off. And that's very... So the main reason I use High Tide is because it works very well with Tidebringer. And Tidebringer just makes it so your chain heal heals... reduced cast time reduced by 50% and the jump distance increased. So that's the main reason I use it. Grounding Totem just because it's Grounding Totem. Earth Shield because it gives you a damage reduction. Sky Fury Totem for the increased crit healing. And Defender of Weak for the haste. And Gladiator's Medallion for the trinket. So again here, probably just going to pop on my cooldown since I didn't really do much healing at the start. I'm going to try and keep this guy alive. Probably should have popped Sky Fury. Going to pop it here. Going to use Grounding Totem as well. Going to kind of just heal this guy. And he's full health. So you'll see there, that's kind of the general idea here. You want to use Healing Tide, or you want to use Healing Wave on people. I'm going to use Spirit Shell, Fly Away, put Earth Shield on myself, use Riptide on myself, use Healing Wave on myself. The great thing about Shamans is that your mastery makes it so you heal people for more when they're low health. So whenever someone's low health, you're just going to heal them for more. Again, the general rotation for Restoration Shaman is just Riptide, use 2 healing waves. That's generally the very, very broadest terms of the rotation. And then, of course, most of the other abilities you're going to want to, I guess... The interesting thing about healers is that you have abilities that you use most of the time, but then you have abilities that you just need to use in certain circumstances. And by that I mean, if you're getting focused, you're obviously going to have to use maybe 2 healing stream totems just for the damage you're taking. Like here, I'm going to have to juke that interrupt if he tries to interrupt me. Apparently not, that's fine. That guy's getting focused, so I'm going to try to heal him here. Hopefully I don't get interrupted. Going to refresh my Earthen Shield stacks, use that on myself, use Healing Tide Totem again, use Healing Wave on myself. Got interrupted, so I'm just going to try to create some distance, and I'm going to heal the other healer with my 2 Riptide stacks. And again, just use Riptide on people, and use Healing Wave to get those 2 stacks off. Again, Riptide on myself, have 2 stacks of that, so use that, and use that on that guy, and they're full health. Sometimes you can use Chain Heal just for the AoE healing, so right here I'm probably going to use it since everyone's kind of low. Again, I'm going to use Sky Fury Totem for the extra crit heals. Riptide, Healing Wave, Healing Wave, Riptide, Healing Wave, Healing Wave. That's all you really do. And the nice thing about Tidebringer is just makes your cast time on your Healing Wave so small. And the main reason I love this talent is just reduces the fall off of your chain heal. So, Tidebringer mixed with High Tide just makes your chain heal actually just do a shit ton of healing. So again, I'm assuming everyone's kind of getting focused over here. So I'm going to throw a Grounding Totem in case there's a caster around. I'm going to use Healing Surge here just because Healing Surge, you're going to want to use Healing Surge when people are very low and when you're in those desperate times. So, again, Riptide, throw 2 healing waves out. I'm going to trinket that. I'm going to use Earthen Shield here, because I can. And again, Riptide, 2 healing waves. That's all I'm doing. That's all Restoration Shamans have to do. Riptide, 2 healing waves. Riptide, 2 healing waves. I'm going to throw Chain Heal off here just because. Chain Heal will also grant you stacks of Riptide, by the way. That's one of the main reasons I take the Tidebringer thing, because I feel like it makes a not so relevant heal more relevant. In the fact that it does more healing, jumps to more targets, has less healing reduction based off jumping to all those targets, and gives you stacks of Riptide. So this is generally just the very general slash beginner playstyle of Restoration Shaman. Now, when I'm more in like in intense situations, I'll try to explain, I guess, what defenses I'm using and why I'm using certain defensives, but I think this guy's over there, so I'm actually going to try to help him out. I'm going to throw a Earthen Shield on him, because he's going to be taking a bunch of damage here. Going to throw a Riptide, throw a Healing Wave. I'm going to line of sight any kind of interrupts that try to go my way. He's kind of line of sighting me, so I'm going to throw that. What's that called? Sky Fury Totem down. I'm going to put Earthen Shield on myself. Going to use Spirit Shell. Going to go behind this pillar. Just heal myself here. Oh, okay. I need to kill that. I was wondering why I wasn't taking that much healing. There we go. Now my healing is good. And again, Riptide, 2 healing waves. This guy will be full health. Riptide, 2 healing waves. Full health. So again, Riptide, 2 healing waves. That's all you gotta do, man. It's all Restoration Shaman's gotta do. Timothy, thanks for the follow, man. So it's the most boring healer to play? Not necessarily. It's not the most boring. Personally, I don't like healing just because I find healing to be boring, because it's kind of just like running around healing people. I'd rather do damage. But I don't think it's the most boring healer to play. I think it's actually one of the most fun healer to plays. One of the most fun healers to play. But it's really up to what healer playstyle you want to be playing. I'm trying to think. The most fun healer to me is Disc Priest, but it's really very dependent on what playstyle you want to play. I'm going to try and help this guy out. He is there with another guy. I'm going to probably just throw... you'll be fine here. You'll live. 1 Healing Tide. Another Riptide. Stop ranging me, please. There we go. Get interrupted there, that's fine. Again, just Riptide. 2 healing waves. You're fine. Gonna find this guy. Riptide, 2 healing waves. That's all I'm doing. Gonna throw a healing stream down just because I can. Kind of, technically you never want to be capped down on healing streams, but if you don't feel a need to use them, then I wouldn't suggest using them. Don't know where this druided. Okay, I do know. You're probably gonna die unless you go into bear form, dude. Okay. I could put Earthen Shield on him, but I actually like keeping Earthen Shield on myself because it just does reduce the damage I take in case anyone tries to hard switch to me, so... Again, Riptide, 2 healing waves. Gonna throw Healing Totem down, Riptide, 2 healing waves. Gonna throw the Empowered, not Empowered, but another on this guy. And if I ever run out of Riptides, I can just use Chain Heal, and it will give me one thing of... I don't even know what the actual thing is. Tidal Waves. Tidal Waves is the thing that you're gonna be, like, playing around. Tidal Waves, in case you don't know for some reason, pretty much reduces the cast time of your healing wave by 32%, or 42%, increases the crit chance of your next healing surge by 56%. So, one of the main reasons you take Sky Fury Totem is because when you do have, let's say, Riptide, you get a 50% increased crit chance. That, mixed with this, increases the healing you do by 20%. So, you'll see here, I'll use this. It'll probably crit NATO. Probably, yeah. Crits NATO twice. So again, gonna use Sky Fury. Gonna use Healing Surge because it crits him. But that's only if you really need those heals. If you don't really need the heals that bad, just stick to Healing Wave. I'll throw Chain Heal out, just for lulz. And then just Healing Wave this guy twice. And he's full health. So this is generally kind of how to play Restoration Shaman. And again, I'm not a healer main. This is generally just what I do whenever I'm forced to heal / want to heal. If you want a good Restoration Shaman guide to follow / look into, I would suggest Sea-Doo. He's a very high-rated healer. I believe he plays every healer class. And that's the main reason I kind of just stick away from healers, because he's the healer god. So, yeah, that's why I stick away from healers. But that's generally the very general rotation of Restoration Shaman. And to go over it again, you want to Healing Wave, Riptide, Healing Wave 2 times. Riptide, Healing Wave 2 times. Riptide, Healing Wave 2 times. Keep your Earth Shield on yourself. I most of the time keep it on myself just because it reduces the damage I take. Chain Heal if you want to heal multiple people and get Riptide stacks. Healing Stream Totems if you really need that extra heals. Riptide Totem, or Healing Tide Totem is your other kind of big heal. That's about it. Just remember that your Ghost Wolf form reduces the damage you take by 20%. Just remember you have a bind, you have a cast while moving ability, You have a oh shit button, which just gives you health pretty much. And yeah, that's very, very basic restoration shaman healing. Okay, ZFF, thanks for the follow.